Hello everyone, welcome to PMIAS and welcome to the second session of Yearly Current Affairs Magazine for 2024-25 UPSC IAS examination. So here we will discuss the second lecture of the monthly magazine of Vision IAS. Okay, so here we will discuss the elections and technology. Why this was in news? Election Commission of India hosted the second international conference on the theme Use of Technology and Elections Integrity at New Delhi. It was held in New Delhi. So, about elections and technology, the introduction of information and communications technologies into the electoral process is generating both interest and concern among voters as well as practitioners across the globe. Most electoral management bodies around the world use new technologies with the aim of improving the electoral process. So you can remember how these information communication technologies activities may be classified as follow at various levels. There are four levels of information and communication technologies as works at pre-election activities, post-election activities, during election activities, and other activities related to elections. In pre-election activities, the electoral rolls management system, automating Election Commission of India feed for functions through standardized application and data formats. Digitalization of electoral rolls and electors photo identification card. This is the like a machine works in the electoral rolls. Drafting of polling personnel, that is the gathering of polling personnel around the constituency and partly personal or party. Randomization of electronic voting machines and micro observers. Okay, and during post elections, or first we can discuss one second. We can discuss the election day activities during the election time. A communication plan for election tracking implemented to computerize communication details of all the polling stations of the country. Communication electronic tracking was first implemented in Madhya Pradesh. You can remember this. Okay, so first communication plan for election tracking was first implemented in the state of India in Madhya Pradesh during 2008 state assembly elections. Okay, and webcasting or video streaming of poll proceedings from polling stations. Remember this. During the Lok Sabha elections in 2009, for the first time, Tamil Nadu did the live recording. Okay, so this is mainly the information communication technology is used during the live telecast of the election period. Okay, yes, and trends dissemination, results or trends dissemination, that is the expression of voting or voting of the winning candidates. Dissemination of election results to the stakeholders across the globe can be done using standardized and optimized reports for maximum throughput. Okay, so remember this. And other activities related to elections, use of technology in other activities such as design and hosting of chief election officers website, hosting of electoral rolls website for redressal of public grievances, and customized web portal, etc. So you can remember this. Okay, and more about news related to the Election Commission of India. For the information and communication technologies, Election Commission of India is leading the cohort on elections integrity, which was established as a follow-up to the Summit for Democracy. And Summit for Democracy, this was a theme, or this was an initiative of US President and hosted in December 2021. Okay, so you can remember this, the Summit for Democracy. As part of the Summit for Democracy Year of Action, India, through the Election Commission of India, is leading the democracy cohort on election integrity in the sharing its knowledge, technical expertise, and experiences with other democracies around the world. So this is the value addition that when Joe Biden was headed for the Summit for Democracy in 2021 in December, and India was participated in this Summit for Democracy. Election Commission of India, as its lead, has proposed to also provide training and capacity building programs to election management bodies across the world and provide technical consultancy as per needs of other election management bodies. And how significance of technology in elections. First significance is reduced electoral fraud. That technology provides an enabling environment for the release of results to the public earlier and in a more detailed form. Okay, this transparency deters fraudulent activities, ensuring a fair and democratic election process. Second significance is help to improve the accuracy of voters register. When voters register their names and their IDs in the voter list, here the technology saves the privacy of the voters. For example, in Brazil, electronic voter registration system was created to prevent voters from registering in more than one local registry. And third significance is improve the accessibility. What accessibility? That more accessible to service voters who may not be physically present in their registered constituency such as the police personnel, but the postal system was not provided to the police personnel. Postal ballot was not provided to the police personnel, but armed forces provided this. Okay, armed forces and civil senior citizens improve the accessibility. For example, India introduced electronically transmitted postal ballot system, which is the one-way electronic transmission of the postal ballots to the service voters. Okay, and the next significance is improve efficiency. What efficiency improve? Efficiency gains in election office management processes through technology, improve services for all voters, which includes the coordination of employees' activities in election offices and improve the voting percentage. This technology improves the voting percentage during the counting of election period or the winning candidates during the election time. Internet is especially useful for voter outreach, especially for younger voters who receive the majority of their information online. Okay, so remember this. Disseminate election related information. Agencies can disseminate or agencies can spread information through websites, e-newsletters, social media, podcasts, etc. Okay, so these are the some significant benefits of this uh, technology for the election, and what are the challenges in use of technology in elections. Use of deep fake. What is deep fake? Deep fake, that is the information cannot be anonymously released in front of the citizens as well as the government. Okay, so uh, simply means the fake news, and some significance that deep fake is the no longer be disclosed by any technology related to the election. Okay, so this is the deep fake. That simply means no technology can detect this fake news. Okay, under this, the disruptive elements attempt to alter public perception and mislead the user by repetitively presenting the deep fakes act as fact. For example, former Chief Election Commissioner T.S. Krishnamurthy deep fake video circulated on electronic voting machine hacking just before the election. Okay, so this was concerned during the election period. And next challenge is voters manipulation. For example, Cambridge Analytica worked for Donald Trump's presidential campaign in 2016 and gained access to the personal information from millions of Facebook accounts for the purposes of voter profiling and targeting. And this was said that Russia was intervening through the cyber attack during the presidential election in 2016. And cyber security risks. The challenge of cyber security risks. Cyber security risks pose a significant threat to the electoral process. Examples: allegations of Russian interference in 2016 US elections through hacking into computers that contain vote data. So here this is the example of cybersecurity risk. Next challenge is universality accessible of technology. You will remember all these challenges which will very important for your general studies paper second as well as paper third. Technologies are universally accessible at low or no cost. That means that these tools could be employed and manipulated by anyone within or outside the country to target protected groups and undermine the sanctity of the democracy. Lack of awareness of voters. Voters have very little control over how they have been profiled by social media and how that impact the content they see on their feeds, or how what they see compares with other users. Way forward, you can conclude with the help of way forward for the election during technology during election time, voter protections in online space, data localization helps to extend voter protections to the online space by requiring that voter data be stored within the country. It becomes more difficult for foreign actors to interfere in the electoral process. Accountability mechanism for big tech companies. Regulators should order them to stop sharing data with their parent companies, as has been done in countries like the USA. So remember this. And recognition and punishment of cyber interference. Domestic law needs to be recognized and punish cyber interference in elections. This will deter malicious actors such as cyber theaters or cyber hackers from attempting to interfere in the electoral process and help ensure fair and free elections. Dedicated cybersecurity unit in election conducting institutions. Here, they should establish dedicated cybersecurity units to protect against cyber threats. The unit, these units should train officers and political staffers in basic cyber hygiene, such as updating passwords and recognizing phishing attempts. So remember this, okay? So next news was the women in judiciary. So this is very crucial for paper GS and general study paper second, at women in judiciary, and also the Lok Sabha, uh, that is to say the parliament has introduced the women representation in the parliament. Okay, so 33% quota have been approved by the parliament, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And here we will discuss women in judiciary. Recently, the Supreme Court had an all-women bench, which was only the third time in its history. In 2013, 2018 and 2022, in history of Supreme Court, all women benches were formed. That is, three benches which were headed by all women member during the judgment of the Supreme Court. And here the status of women in judiciary in India. Women in total working strength of judges. At subordinate courts, women have 35.1%. You can remember. At High Court, 13.2%. At Supreme Court, 12.5%. So you can remember this. 35.1% in subordinate court, 13.2% in High Courts, and 12.5% in Supreme Court. Okay, highest women practitioner in the High Court, except these five states such as Uttarakhand, Patna, Meghalaya, Manipur and Tripura. These are no women participants, or very less women participant in the judiciary. Okay, here these are five states where no women judge in the High Court practicing are practicing here. Okay, in Uttarakhand, Patna, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Manipur. So these are 5 states. Okay, here the more picture about women in judiciary. Only 15% are women are advocates. 5 out of 11 women who have served as Supreme Court judges were appointed in the last 3 years. Sikkim, Telangana, and Delhi are the only state over a fourth of women in the High Court. So you can remember. And significance of women in judiciary. First significance is the diversity. There is a need to bring diversity in judiciary, especially in the case women representation. This makes the gender perspective relevant because women judges bring a different set of experiences and influences which then shape their thinking and is reflected in their reasoning in the judgments. Building public trust. Women judges can help enhance the legitimacy of courts and increase public trust in the judiciary. This sends a powerful signal that the courts are open and accessible to those seeking justice. Okay, modernization and reforms. Changing the long established demographics of a court can make the institution more amenable to consider itself in a new light and potentially lead to further modernization and reform. And fourth significance is why visibility of women, because when higher women participate in the judiciary, the visibility of women is also higher or also increased in practicing of judicial cases. Women in the judiciary bring with them more visibility and create a sense of belongingness among the women and other gender, such as men and transgender. This can help ensure that the justice system is more inclusive and representative of society as a whole. Reasons for low representation of women in judiciary. First reason is social factors. So you can remember this. The long and inflexible work hours in law combined with familial responsibilities. This means that the long hour or pending cases are higher in judiciary and there is long time to resolve the cases in the judiciary. So women have another works to work for their official work as well as their domestic work. So here the long and inflexible work hour in law force many women to drop out of practice and they fail to meet the requirement of continuous practice. Okay, the most formative and determinative years of women's career are also the best years for raising a family. Some give up practice altogether, others opt for part time or more stable options. The system loses out not just on diversity but the ability and quality that these women could bring to the law and to justice delivery. Eligibility criteria for entrance exams. A major barrier to women's recruitment as district judges is the eligibility criteria to take the entrance exam. Okay, so first reason is social factor, second reason is eligibility criteria for entrance examination. That you can see here, lawyers need to have 7 years of continuous legal practice and be in the age brackets of 35 to 45 years. A gender disparity in judiciary. Third reason is gender disparity in judiciary. Because of male dominated judge in the court. In case in the Supreme Court, except for one woman judge, till now no woman judge has made it to the Supreme Court collegium of top 3 judges that oversees appointments in the High Court. There is also low elevation of women advocates from bar to the bench. Okay, so you can remember how these vacant how these vacancies are filled will fill with the women, in which the participation of women will be increased. First solution is conducive workplace. When men at all levels will participate as important stakeholders in ensuring conducive conditions for women in the workplace, and women's problems be treated as all gender problems. Okay, and second is solution is judicial benches must encourage young female lawyers participation in the court to break the myth or perception against female lawyers' abilities and capabilities, because most of the society women are seen as a weak in front of the judicial cases. Okay, so this myth will will be totally wiped out when judicial benches must encourage young female lawyers participation in the court. Another solution is affirmative action at the bar by ensuring more women as senior advocates, as it improves more women lawyers participation. Reservation in the higher judiciary up to 50% as suggested by the ex Chief Justice of India. Higher rate of promotion of women judges from lower courts to higher courts. Reorient education system in such a way that it teaches work-life balance, such as child raising and domestic responsibilities must be meaningfully shared by both men and women. You can remember this, okay? And here another news was the aspirational block program. About this aspirational block program, the Prime Minister launched the government's aspirational block program, which is aimed at improving performance of blocks lagging on various development parameters. More on news that it was first announced in Union Budget 2022-23 and has been mentioned in Union Budget 2023-24. Okay, so you can remember Union Budget 2022 was has announced that aspirational block program introduced by the government and has been mentioned in Union Budget 2023-24. Okay, it is based on the model of aspirational district program. The aspirational block program model is based on the aspirational district program. So remember this, that was launched in 2018 and covers 112 districts across the country. Features of aspirational block program. These are the some features of aspirational block programs. Coverage. The program has been launched for covering 500 blocks across 31 states and union territories initially. Okay, so here over half of these blocks are in 6 states: Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and West Bengal in decreasing order. However, states can add more blocks to the program later. And what was the aim? Aim is mainly at saturation of essential government services across multiple domains such as health, nutrition, education, agriculture, water resources, financial inclusion, skill development, and basic infrastructure. And what are the key indicators of this block program? Government has identified 15 key socio-economic indicators under such multiple domains. States have the flexibility to include additional state-specific key socio-economic indicators to address local challenges. Periodic rankings. The key socio-economic indicators will be tracked on a real-time basis, and periodic rankings will be released across key thematic areas to foster a healthy and dynamic competition among the block. Okay, and next is the focus of program. This transformational program focuses on improving governance to enhance the quality of life of citizens in the most difficult and underdeveloped blocks of India by converging existing schemes, defining outcomes, and monitoring uh, them on a constant basis. Okay, so remember this. And why focus on block development instead of the panchayat level? In India, block based development was not panchayat level. Okay, so it was incorrect because panchayat is very important along with block program. Okay, block based development was introduced in 1952 under the community development program or holistic development. This is the history of block development program. Okay, so the development of blocks, since then they have assumed importance because they enable inclusive development. Social and economic infrastructure at block level ensures that a larger than proportionate share of development reaches the marginalized and vulnerable sections of the populations. Locally adaptable planning. As an administrative and monitoring unit, the block ensures that a one size fits all. This is all about the one size fits all approach is not applied. Okay, one size fits all is negative term, whereas the multi size fits all that the core principle of the block development program to every part of the country. The block administration can adopt customized approaches towards improving socio-economic indicators. Grassroots participation. This method also brings the decision-making process closer to the grassroots. And convergence and achievement of target. Convergence of several line departments of the block's administration bridge critical administrative gaps in sustainable development. This can result in fulfillment of critical targets under sustainable development goals. So you can remember this. Here you can remember the aspirational district program. What is the aim of this aspirational district program launched in January 2018? Aspirational district programs aims at the quickly and effectively transform 112 most underdeveloped districts across 26 states and one union territory across the country. Block aspirational block program in 31 states and union territory, but in aspirational district program there is 26 state plus 1 UT. Okay, that cover this aspirational district program. Focus of program with states as the main drivers. This program focuses on the strength of each district, identifying low fruits for immediate improvement and measuring progress by ranking districts on the monthly basis. So you can remember. Okay. And key indicators of aspirational district program at 49 key performance indicators. Here you can remember the aspiration district program indicators, that are total 49 key performance indicators. And in aspirational block program, you can remember in the perspective of prelims 2024 examination. Okay, so aspirational block program covers 15 key socioeconomic indicators. Okay, whereas aspirational district program covers 49 key performance indicators under 5 broad socioeconomic themes such as health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, and skill development and infrastructure. Delta ranking captures the incremental change in district rankings based on these key performance indicators. And baseline ranking captures the district performance compared to baseline year. Okay, so you can remember this. This is the aspirational district program and aspirational block programs success stories. Okay, so here you can remember 3 C's approach of aspirational district program, that is convergence, collaboration and competition. You can remember for mains perspective, that is convergence, collaboration, competition. In convergence, the convergence among state and central government initiatives at the district level to overcome constraints, and under collaboration between the civil society and the functionaries of central and state governments, including district government bodies, and competition among states and districts using champions of change monitoring dashboard. So you can remember these 3 key approaches of aspirational district program. And news in short, and we will study news in short during the prelims, during when the very short period left for the prelims examination, we will cover these news in short. Okay, for prelims perspective, and these points are not much important for mains examination. Okay, so we will discuss in the almost February or March. Okay, so don't worry, we will cover this whole thoroughly for these news in short. Okay, and the next section is the international relations. This international relations we will cover in the next lecture. Okay, so here we will end the lecture, and be happy, be more read and practice more questions related to prelims as well as mains perspective. Okay, for upcoming 2024 examination. So don't worry, keep watching and read more books and read more current affairs, and whenever you will doubt in any topics, you will watch current affairs based topics in this video again and again. Okay, one time not understanding, then second time you can revise through the multiple speed, that is 1.5 or 0.25x. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a great day.